Alrighty. Hello everybody. Today we are gonna just be playing some more of the Roottrees Are Dead because I quite enjoy the gameplay of it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and hit continue here and try to piece together where we left off on Sunday with this tree, this disastrous tree. Yeah. Honestly, I think we can assume past. It's not pastor, it's preacher. Oh, and of course, the second I start to stream, my headphones try to die on me. 1 second. Alright, there we go. This was Nicole. I don't know which one. We'll say Madsen. Who are we digging in here? Digging into somebody. Oh, we were looking at, that's right, Jim, Roottrees, but if we look up Roottrees, there are no gyms. And like, I can't think of a reason why Jack or James would be shortened to Jim. Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. Honestly, I'm not even sure that's where that goes. Jim and Diamond say, although Jim writes the majority of the songs, plays the guitar, and often sings, Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band never had another hit, but has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond Dazzlers. The rest of the music is more folksy and acoustic than the one song they are known for, which is Rollin' On Down to the City. Jim and Diamond have continued to release music through the 80s and early 90s. Other albums you find mentioned are Cherry Tree and Sound of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse and hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. So if we search this, oh, we got something. Diamond Dazzlers is the name of the official fan club for Jim and Diamond. You find a forum post called "Cool Things You Got in the Mail" on a random forum about video games. One reply mentions that Jim and Diamond still send out a Christmas card every year to Diamond Dazzlers. It's accompanied by some pictures as well as some history about the fan club. Apparently, even though it's no longer available to join, Jim and Diamond still honor it themselves personally. There's a fierce debate in the subsequent post about whether that's cool or pathetic. Amongst the pictures of the Christmas cards from over the years, only one is relevant. The card from 1996 includes a picture of Jim and Diamond's young son, Wolf. I'ma just yoink. As well as a note about his daughter's. Well, we're just gonna. Actually, gonna get rid of that because like all of this is relevant. And then we're gonna floozies. Okay, got another thing. The floozies, I think it's Floozies, which is not a great name, are an all-female punk band operating out of New York City. They mentioned in passing in an online interview from earlier this year, apparently they were the opening act for a band that reviewers actually came to see. The reviewer writes that she normally doesn't review the opening act, but this one was unusual, and not because of the music, which she described as loud, fast, and repetitive, but not in a good way. The trio was extremely cagey about their identities. The reviewer asked the venue who they were, and she was told they were rumored to be the children of other famous musicians and didn't want that to be why they became popular. The reviewer also mentions that for an underground, unknown band with absolutely no following, their equipment was extremely expensive, and not only were they selling DVDs, but they only cost $1. They're probably losing a fortune. The reviewer said, although she bought a copy, she would unlikely to even listen to any of it again, except maybe Beef Baby, the 7th track. There's no picture of the Fuzzies performing live, but the cover of the CDs they were selling, that's word, have been added to your evidence. Oh, nope, that's not what I want to do. Beef Baby. Beef Baby is a song by the Fuzzies. Floozies. I'm going to call them the Fuzzies. You can't actually find anything about it anywhere, but with a name like that, it's hard not to speculate on the subject matter, isn't it? Could it be a euphemism or a newborn cow? I don't want to know. The credit on the cover says guitar and vocals Candy, Bandy, Bandy, bass Nikki, drums Nina. A CD from the band called the Fuzzies, only available from their live show. Interesting. Bring up the notes real quick. As well as a note about their daughter's band. Interesting. As Wolf, you found a picture of a Christmas card from Jim and Diamond to their fan club in 1996, 2 years ago. The description said it included a picture of his son Wolf listening to his parents' latest music. No, not you. Let's go back to Jim and Diamond to see if we can find out anything about Diamond. It just takes us to this page. Cool. And Diamond's definitely her name, so. But we know somewhere along this line has to be somebody with 2 offspring. Could be this one. Potentially. But that's way over in this tree, which seems wrong. Around the same age as Rianne, Carl's cousin. So, oh, yep, right here. So that means it has to be this guy. There we go. Right, but I don't know his name. Oh, I guess. For now, we're operating under Wolf. Roottrees. Nothing? I search for. Okay. Okay. I mean, I'm pretty certain about this, and we only need one. So, like, we could go through and just, like... I'm just curious, is he a musician? No. Okay. That's not really a fun way of doing things. I was just curious, like, assuming kind of like all these guys I think are going to be preachers. I was wondering if he would, like, follow suit. That just means they might have been a musician at one point. Okay. Time to search Gwen Roottrees. You find some information on a website, and actually let's do this at a page. We'll call this one Gwen. See if it's anything. You find some information on a website about old films that are not yet available on VHS. Are not yet available. Interesting. The site is not well organized, and the search is broken, but you can get to individual pages from your search engine. Gwen Roottrees is a somewhat well-known actress who was active in the 50s. She often appears in tabloids, especially around the time of her highly publicized divorce. Her biggest role was the minor hit movie Guys Like Us. She left Hollywood after a flop of Christmas Mission. There's a widely circulated picture of Gwen from behind the scenes on one of her movies, which we've added to your evidence. Neat. Did you know Gwen was the granddaughter of Ellis Roottrees, the founder of the Roottrees Company? She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous name, which was quite rare in those days. Oh, what? Okay, so we're gonna back out here. So she's definitely on the older side of the list here. Which means there's two different things we can look at. Usually say split up. Is it always split up? Okay. But she's also notable. Yeah, right here, right? She was the granddaughter of Ellis Roottrees. Ellis Roottrees. So granddaughter. Yeah, okay. So it has to be here. Neat. Actor, you. I'm pretty sure we can get this on a lock. So I'm now just kind of curious if we can find her spouse's name so we can also get that confirmed. By searching for variations of Gwen Roottrees, you come across some mentions of her marriage to Wild Bill Williams. They divorced before the birth of her second child. Interesting. So let's... Who are you, my dear Williams? About own films, none of the issues, not well organized, but you can get to... Wild Bill Williams was the leading man in some notable movies, and he appeared in Adventure... Fortune Favors the Grace, which is yet to be released to audience. You don't find any more information. I'm just gonna... He was well known for his looks in off-screen romances, specifically with blondes. He was married 4 different times to 4 different actresses. There's a famous Hollywood rumor that even approached Marilyn Monroe at a party, and that she was already aware of his reputation. Wild Bill grew up in Paris, France. So we're going to highlight that because it might be a clue to his name. Bill. It's going to be like that, huh, Wild Bill? No, it's not important, but like I'm just curious. Fortune favors the grave. So I'm gonna bring that up, huh? Okay. Guys like us? Find some... No, well, yeah, it's always this. I don't like this. This is annoying. Is a 1953 film in which 2 secretaries cut their hair short and pose as businessmen to get ahead in life. One of them falls in love, and hilarity ensues, starring them, the other person, and Harrison Lane. Oh, I didn't... My brain automatically wants to highlight. The title is a play on words, as you can read that two women are men, similar to other men, or the men are fond of them. Sure. His largest role before this was the first season of Western Frontiers. Studio brought Lane back to play the villain's twin brother, this time as a hero as a hero joining the protagonist. Western Frontiers has no connection to the thing. Guys like this, his largest role due to the popularity, brought Lane back, yep, has no connection. Seems to be a dead end. Oh, okay. Grumble, grumble. Married his high school sweetheart. La dee da. No, that's not helpful. Where was the other thing? She couldn't have the founder of the Roottrees company. She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous last name. Oh yeah, which means we should go here if I haven't already. This means that you would have been an unknown female. You're a Roottrees for sure, but interessante. Okay. Dum 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 dum. I could lock it in, but like, who is this? Wild Bill. Nope. Wild Bill was lean man. Yep. I'm just curious what happens if you search Marilyn Monroe. Nothing of relevance, sure. Okay, well. This is... Yep. I don't know how to confirm who this Wild Bill guy was at the moment. Yeah. Booyah!
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Euphemism?
But I unearthed a photo from a 1970s Roottrees reunion. I also found some important-looking papers.
Neat.
You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
It's just like oddly specific. Okay. That was a lot of stuff in a relatively short amount of time, so. Sister and parents died after some time. A photo from Carl's generation taken in the mid to late 1970s, as well as some papers and mail from his office. Okay. So this is going to be a lot of photos. I don't want to, like, snap a bunch of them, but, like, those look familiar, obviously. Every 20 years or so, the Roottrees hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is one from the 70s. And Carl's the teenager in the middle. Okay. Sorry about the water damage. A pipe burst in his office. On the back of the photo, it says November. There are a large number of cursive signatures. Bonnie, next president, Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr. So this is just like confirming who's all in this picture. Miracle Jr. Yeah, so this is Miracle Jr. Jim Roottrees, Clark. Ooh, Jim? Jim Roottrees, you say? Who among you dashing men could be Jim Roottrees, I wonder? Oh, that's... Does that say Ernie? Or Eli? That might be Eli. Yeah, Eli M. Interesting. In fact, I'm going to not waste time. I'm going to go Miracle Jr. Got another picture for you. This is apparently going to be the only other picture of him in the game, so. Alright, here's a photo. Has a note attached from your employer. Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water damage, the picture of the free spirits came. Words. Picture of the free spirit free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. The free spirits. Okay, written on the back. Couldn't make the reunion. Wishing you well from Paris, Gwen and the boys. Okay, so that's just eliminating her, and these are her two sons. Yes. I do not know which is which, but for right now... Well, actually, he looks older. That might just be an assumption, but that's what we're going to go with for now. Where did the other dude go? Oh, I attached the photo of Right. It's so weird. His name is, like, he signed his name Jim. Is your name not Jim? What is your name? Okay. Oh, that's the free spirits. Sheaf candle. Well, there we go. The photo was tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. The letter says, "To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry that I was unable to attend the funeral. It's tradition to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects." I don't know what a Shiva candle is. Though it's not expected for those outside the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an intense amount of pride of the work you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. As for myself, it's impossible to express my gratitude enough for rescuing us from the panic and burn of endless bills. Though we caught it too late for him to get on the donor list, the company took care of us beyond our wildest expectations. It went unsaid at the time, but Ernie and I knew it had to have been Carl that convinced the trust, and that it was no coincidence that it happened shortly after your visit, Brenda. And up until the end, Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. We could never have done this without the two of you fighting for us. Much love, Debbie. Okay. So that's just kind of information to fill in on whoever Ernie is, probably right here. There's any one of these, like, say, dead? Because, like, this is... Well, I guess in a family tree, it's assumed at a certain point people die. Alright, vote for Stephanie Jones for City Council. This was buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It has a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. I don't know how loud the sax is, but it's super loud to me. It is a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from the newspaper article from the Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love, and now 22 years later, with a baby of her own due around Christmas, her message for voters is simple: love is our future. The handwritten note says, "Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let our conflict spread to the next generation. CM." Okay. I feel like there's more... I did search this already, right? Oh yeah, that's how I got the newspaper. Goes to many Roottrees advertisements over the year. They flood results. Okay, I was just curious. Did I properly search your name? 1F. That's not you. I don't know how to spell it. Roottrees. Yeah, so the youngest is Miracle. Dum, dum, dum. Okay, I have read this page already. Well, like it says when you're stuck, you take one down, you pass it around. Find information on a website about strange historical facts. That name, Herring, that is probably a name of a shade of red. Herring Roottrees, aka Red, yep, was an appointed judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was an ambassador to Ireland for only 6 days. He served with some people contend what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position in the Irish people. He tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to the Roottrees Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence, and he was defeated in a landslide. So, rude. Jim Roottrees. Oh, James? Why is your name James, dog? Like, how is Jim better than James? What would it be? No. Musician. There we go. So he's a lock. Wolf Roottrees. Nothing. Because his name's not heckin' Wolf, is it? Where? I guess I never actually searched that. Cherry tree? Eat me. Sound of laughter. You can't even find a picture of his cover. It doesn't seem to be very successful in reviews, seem middling even from fans. Some basic liner notes exist on a Jim Roottrees fan page, and it states that the lyrics and guitar are credited to Jim Roottrees. In the... Okay, well, that's not helpful. I guess we have another picture of what's her face. Yeah. Is that the same person? I don't know if it is. Oh. Trick them into carrying. Somewhat ironically, listeners don't seem to pay attention to the lyrics. Oh, contain no clues. Okay, never mind. But who are you? Are you of use? You find a mention on the fan site, band unrelated to the Roottrees. Modern Music Monthly. That gives us that. Okay. went out of business to high competition for much more major public. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Please stop. I don't want to listen to it anymore. Well, I guess we're listening to this now. Review an interview titled A Reluctant Hitmaker. Jim goes into his first band. Until a few years ago, Diamond and I were in that thing, C and J and D, with my cousin and his ex. Oh, okay. Clark never knew his father, so our grandpa insisted he spend time with my dad and me. As a result, Clark and I grew up like brothers. Diamond and Jane, on the other hand, are actual sisters. Okay, wait. So the four of us had... So first off... Oh no, there's more music. Okay, this song contains no clues. Good. Clark Rafferty and Jim Roottrees. Wait. But they're not related to them, are they? No, they have to be. Because that's why they're... that made him laugh, but I'm trying to make art. I don't mind saying any of this because he'd agree. For most of the decade, he was a mess. But he's a lot happier now. He started Raffertunes, and he's a much better jingle writer than a songwriter. One of the benefits of our famous family is a massive company willing to be a client. There's also how my father was connected to Roottrees. All of his old ad campaigns were hung on the wall over the record player. But I was never interested. I went straight to music. I guess Clark was paying more attention. Okay. Okay, so yeah, she's the blonde. I can... Oh, that's nice. It'll... yeah. That's what this looks like. Wow, there's nothing really for my brain to distinguish here. Okay. I want to say this Clark Rafferty. It's like a jingle. Guess it's advertising? I would call it advertising. I don't know if the game will agree with me. Lex Road. Oh. Whoa. So at first it would have been Jane. Or maybe not. Wait. Because this doesn't have a picture and I have a picture for the other person. So this has to be Jane. Oh, and that implies they had a kid together. till ending at the end here. Unless, of course, he ends up with Jane. Well, that's not confusing. I think this is Rafferty Clark. I just don't know which of these two pictures is him. What if I search 1908? Nothing relevant. What if I searched... Not that, this. Nope. 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 Okay. I wonder why this has the weird. Maybe it's because they like cut that out of the family tree. I am kind of stuck. Which means we're gonna go here. I think I have Jim Roottrees. I guess this leaves the only other person we have left, so... which means we should probably card out this here and Lauren. Oh, right there. Roottrees, a distant relative of the Roottrees sisters, is known for her book, A Life Between Wars. According to a website about famous authors in the early 1960s, Laura released a few romance novels under her married name, Laura Rafferty. Gonna take that there. Thank you. It's a little fanfare. When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, the thing about Roottrees, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. The selection diary entries released in 1965 as A Life Between Wars spans from the untimely death of her husband in World War II to coping with post-war world as a young widow and a mother, as well as her perspectives on changing times and socialites all the way through the entry into Vietnam. While the content is not considered practically relevant to modern audiences, it has found new life as an exercise in high school English classes to show an evolution in writing style and for a look into a life of a previous generation. After the success of her diaries, her publisher re-released her romance novels under the name Laura Roottrees. This includes The Romance in Court, which gained popularity. She followed the re-release up by writing two new sequels, creating what fans refer to as the Court Jester series. You will find no recent details about Laura, though she is listed as retired. Okay. So if we search... If we go to the public library here, we can probably look up out of print as Romance in Court. Oh, I probably have to do the Roottrees, right? Yeah. The About Alpha Bar mentions she had inspiration from one of her brother Clancy's lectures. Okay, interesting. I just love that it's called the Court Jester series. It seems funny. But A Life Between Wars seems to be like the major hint here, so. Well, there you go. That's a lot. Please stop. Yeah, okay. It seems you hit the jackpot here. This is a book occasionally taught in schools. You find a hardcover edition for students. I'm gonna just go into here real quick because the music, while absolutely lovely, okay, I'm gonna bring that all the way down. I'm gonna increase the volume just a bit on OBS because it is starting to give me a headache, and that's never great. All right. You even find a hardcover edition for students that has full-page, high-quality pictures in it. A summary of the contents of the book, photos, as well as some particularly relevant entries have been added here. Yeah, 7 new things. Holy crap. Oh, where to start? Okay, so this is kind of following, yeah, so this is a series of new... Okay, this has multiple entries. We'll come back to that. Lauren's diary contains some labeled pictures. This is the 5 pieces. Yoink, 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 yoink. Oh, that guy's face counts? I didn't think that was going to count. Okay. Picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. Okay, interesting. It was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Ellie Jr. Designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the 3 of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Mordin. There we go, with Aunt Gwendolyn. No, that's not Gwyneth. That's Aunt Gwendolyn. Okay. Still useful tidbit of information there. We're gonna cite that there. I found out years later that they never took the second photo. Well, that's just mean. Like, I mean, I kind of get it, but like, that's just... Anyway, but that confirms that that little shite is Miracle. She's fairly old. I guess not as old as I thought. But that would leave... Who's this? Lauren. Lauren Roottrees here. She's married to a Rafferty. It's probably in the diary entry. Also, we can see the Raffertys. Yeah, they link up at some point. Wait. Nope, that's the wrong one. And you are an author, or were an author at some point. I do not have your face. I do have your face. Wait. That is literally what this is for. Bleep, bleep. You are... Oh. Whoops. I didn't realize I had 3 people locked in. On the notable Roottrees list. Haha. Smith Nicole! Extra photo. Oh. Interesante. Booyah. Okay. We don't have that, but we do have that, and we can find his name probably. Co-cells, but she hardly ever mentions them. Father was always referred to as and was the head lawyer. Okay, so that's enough information to connect things there. Jacob. Okay, his name was Jacob. Okay. That's not particularly relevant, but it's good to know. That means everyone here in this line comes from Roottrees. Dun, 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 dun. Frog. I know you recorded someone as being a lawyer. So this is oldest son. We can delete that. We got that bit out. This is still important. Nope. Nope. Well, maybe teen. I should probably look up teen class to see if that's a. I feel like I got a burp, and I really don't want to do it on the thing. Man, I could have sworn we had something about who was the lawyer. That's the Roottrees sisters. That's basically worthless. Order the thing. Let's go back here because I'm almost certain that it was us searching this here. Highly unusual corporate agreement named after Clancy Edward Roottree, who was Elsa's son and the Roottree Candy Company's head lawyer. I swear I highlighted that, but whatever. I don't know who he is necessarily, but this is good old Clancy Edwards, which means Clancy Jr. is probably somewhere in here. But this boyo was a liar. Okay. And I do have his picture. He's one of these. I just don't know which one. Age is age is a mysterious thing. Oh yeah, that got locked in. That's good. Yeah. Okay, hold up. That's CE, which is cinnamon extract. That's Miracle Berry. So that's the only reason I remember that is because CE is such a weird flavor. It's just a straight up M. How many M's can be in this? Oh, that's actually super simple there. Okay, that leaves 2 people, one of which has to be a female. That means you have to be Ellis Jr., who is an architect. All right. I think the 5 pieces are coming together, guys. Oh, I got your 5 pieces right here. Roottrees, you have to be Gwendolyn. I have no idea what you did, but you have to be Gwendolyn. Alright, I got your names now. And that's about... Well, I also have all of their pictures, but... Piecing that together might take a second. That must... Okay, so this is... Yeah, okay. Warren's diary contains some pictures. This is labeled The Next Generation. Caption: attempt to recapture the spirit of the 5 pieces photos with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way to the left, since he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. Okay, so that's Eli. Can I, like, tie a photo? I wish I could tie a photo to like information, because I'm not going to remember that. Anyway, but I was outvoted. Oh, wait. Outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, so we clumped up in the middle. We have different definitions of the middle. So we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. Grandma insisted we included Sam, even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also don't think it's fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. I guess my inner child still holds a grudge after all these years. Okay. So we'll take those photos because... where's Rainbow Dude? There's Rainbow Dude, and I can only assume that this is his kiddo. Man, how are we going to figure out who he's married to? That's got to be... I also don't want to accidentally, like, take a ton of... Also, trying to keep in mind who she is, because she's here. She calls him Pops. So, hold up. Can I, like, look? Oh, okay. That's fun. Anyway. Can I, like, look at photos? That would be a nice addition, like, being able to reference photos, so, like, I can open this photo up and compare pictures. Well, I guess I can just snap pictures. Though I just did exactly what I didn't want to do, which is overload my stuff with. Why didn't you light a stand all the way? It looked a lot like Pops. The only one who looks a lot like somebody in this picture is there. So I can potentially assume that that goes there. Man, this kid had a lot of kids. I don't feel good about that. That feels like a jump. I can start searching all those new names, but let's dig into this, because it's got to be... The below are notes and observations you made while skimming through Lauren Roottrees' diary. Pages in a life between wars. Lauren Roottrees is one of the notable Roottrees in your evidence. Should be marked. Yeah, okay. The book... See, it's stuff like this that isn't super great, because, like, if it's a deduction game, yeah, let me piece that together. And it's, like, very clear, but you mention it over and over and over like you're afraid of someone missing it. Let them miss it. The book was published in 1965 and consists of diary entries stretching from 1940 to 1965. The most important event that much of the diary and Laura's thoughts revolve around was the loss of her husband, Jacob. Jacob died in the final months while Lauren was pregnant. This left her to raise her son, Clark, all alone. She never remarried and only had one kid. Okay. Well, that's good. Oh. Well. I guess we already knew that. By skimming the pages of the diaries, you glean the following information. She was the granddaughter. Yep. Her was called the Cossells. She hardly ever mentions it. Her mother's family was called the Cossells. Her mother's family. So that means that he was married to Sarah Cosell. And her father, who she always referred to as Pop, was the head lawyer of the company. Yep. It's clear from the context that the Roottrees have internal shorthand names for the different generations of their family. Yeah, Laura uses them often. The 5 pieces, the first generation, the next generation, her generation, and the free spirits, everyone else. Okay, that makes sense. So 5 pieces, the next generation, and then everybody else. So that does help kind of put essentially a limit on these, which, you know, fair enough. So, like, technically that should go ahead of that, but I can't control the order, which is slightly annoying. It's fine. Anyway. 2 here. An entry An entry entitled Complaints from Laura Roottrees Diary, written in 1953. This entry seems to be focused specifically on one of Laura's family members, Gwen, who is on the notable Roottrees list. Wait, is she? Did I already lock her in? Okay, I did lock her in. Which one's Gwen? I've already forgotten. Oh, the actress. Okay, sure. As an only child, it seems everyone has something to complain about. Gwen, as an only child, complained of loneliness. I told her that being expected to watch after 3 younger brothers didn't feel like a blessing, but it often fell on deaf ears. Okay. So, like, that's still good information. So she has 3 brothers. So if we come here, we know that these are all Roottrees males. That isn't inherently useful to start, but it's still worthwhile. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot. Okay, so another bit of information. Oh, I guess that makes sense. It's just a nickname. I hope she would be the sister I never had and that I'd do the same for her. I even tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the 2 of them. What a mess. Oh, okay. That's actually useful information because that means that you're you. And I can come over here, close this, and that makes you the other one. Because there you have, they are both blonde hair. I even tried, what a mess, but she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. Now she's off living the glamorous life while I'm stuck here with Clark. Great way to refer to your child, being stuck with them, but what are you gonna do? I must admit, seeing her everywhere contributes to my unhappiness. Her visage stares at me even now from my coffee table. She gets to be in Starlet, and Starlet was a magazine that started with the colorization of film and went on. Generally, it was a tabloid with a focus on famous actresses and actresses. It didn't much go into other aspects of filmmaking. Okay. Scarlet, and then let's actually Gwen. Yeah. Really? Okay, well, Wild Bill. Oh, maybe. Wild Bill Williams was mentioned many times throughout the magazine's lifespan, with stories and gossip about who he had been seen with in public, blondes mostly. 3 specific passages stand out. The first one is one of his first roles under his real name, Walter Forsythe. What a name. That might be the only useful information we get. Although he doesn't mention her by name, you determine from context he's talking about Gwen Roottrees. An apology to all the ladies, I'm actually taken. Earlier this year, I did a friend a favor. He was directing a war movie and asked me to play a small part. When you know it, that son of a bitch cut me from the picture. I'm just ribbon. It wasn't his fault. Apparently the studio didn't want to pay for a star of my caliber. I got the last laugh, though. I met somebody. She spent most of the film crying. She was playing a soldier's wife. But even through the tears, she was incredible. I know I tend to have a reputation, but this one's true love. I have only eyes for her. Ironically, the third rumor is a rumor that his divorce from Gwen was due to multiple affairs, including one with another actress. American reader on vacation in Paris claims to have overheard Wild Bill and Gwen arguing in public while she was holding a baby and visibly pregnant. Not long after, Gwen announced that she was divorcing Wild Bill and also that she was pregnant again, giving this rumor more credibility. Gwen Roottrees was often Starlet. Most mentions were around the time of her divorce. The gossip is speculative and full of tabloid stereotypes. Some of it focuses on the fact that when she announced her divorce, She also announced she was pregnant again. Other mentions that the rumor is Wild Bill had multiple affairs, which left her heartbroken. There is also an interview in the mid-1957 where she was asked about her last name. She answered, "The power of a name is undeniable. My grandfather consistently preached the importance of family names and honoring them. My father decided to bless me with a famous last name. There's nothing wrong with Cornwell, but Roottrees has its powers." Okay, so that's a neat little bit of information that we can now tell Cornwell Linus. Wait, so she's not supposed to be a Roottries, which means that she might have already been born before they got married. Or, no, I'm just being dumb. She shouldn't have the Roottries name because his name is Linus, but because this game is all about Roottries, that would make it incredibly difficult to figure out who is who. My husband suddenly goes by Wild Bill. It's an infamous name he repurposed for himself because he didn't have the benefit of being born with a famous one, but Wild combined with the alliteration Williams is incredibly memorable. Although we've relocated to Paris, I know your readers love to keep up with my husband, so consider this a Scarlet exclusive about both of us. Wild Bill and I have a child on the way, and we're sticking with Roottries for the last name, not Williams. But we also plan to lean into alliteration. That's how we'll honor both our family names for the next generation. Okay. Interesting. So, yeah, birth order. Roottries, which means he's going to either be Robert or Ronald, or they'll both be Robert, or follow the alliteration scheme. Actually, let's make sure I don't lose that. And make sure we're on the right page for notes. Okay. That was a really long rabbit hole. Back to this. Now she's off doing the thing. Scarlet, she's the first Roottries ever to do anything other than a housewife. First Roottries woman to be anything other than a housewife. Okay. Interessante. Which means, well, she became a writer. But that does mean that you would have had to be a housewife. And you would have had to be a housewife. That's 1, 2. And I guess it also technically means if we find anything over here on this side. Well, maybe not. To be anything other than a housewife, and I am jealous. If I were not a single mother, I would. Could I make my way in? Okay, well, blah, 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 blah. An entry entitled Dynasty from Laura Roottries' diary, written in 1958, it focuses on the day her grandfather Ellis announced he would step down as president from the Roottries Candy Company and the meeting to determine his successor. I wish I had been a fly on the wall today. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president, but that's what he gets for holding on to it for so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, it's not new information. Come on, work with me. Nobody's got time for candy. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length the company should stay with our branch of the family since we still have the Roottries name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who volunteered. Instead, it ended up going to Zach. Even though his surname doesn't match the candy, he's the firstborn son of the firstborn 5-piece. Okay, hold up. So Zach, I hate you. Okay, but that is useful information, and we need to file a note under Gwendolyn. I'm clicking buttons, help. We're gonna call this 5. I can spell, baby. Not really. Let's see. I'm not sure that's relevant to running a company. We're just going to highlight that. But Granddad has always had a very particular view on his bloodline. I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman would take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach. And I'm next oldest of us all. But he just laughed. Well, yeah, they given the time, yeah. I'll never forget the cuss word Pop used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, even ever the quick-witted, at least with chatty remarks, countered back, maybe they wanted to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Okay, so he's the chubby one. It's mean, but whatever. He is El Presidente Numero Dos. But the question is, what's his last name going to be? And that's going to come down to who she married. But that's good to know. Yeah, this page was a decent amount of 3. And an entry entitled Sam from her diary. From the previous entry, you learned that Ellis Roottrees had given in to his wife's had given in to his wife and announced that Sam, an obscure relative, was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for some time, Laura writes. Okay, wait. So Sam. This is probably going to be Sam, because he's part of the... I'm going to assume this is Sam. Right? Yeah, probably. I'm never wrong. A distant. I have many distant relatives I've never met. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two, but I was told trim their branches from the family tree, so why is Sam so special? Nothing adds up. I'm not the only one who realizes it. Well, that's because he's almost certainly this like top secret thing, so but yeah, I went to hear it sound I'm guessing that he's in this section here, which is a little strange, but it'll be fine. Angie summoned all of the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Gwen's in Paris, but to the rest of us, including Miracle Boys, spent ages trying to unravel the mystery. I didn't recognize Sam at Uncle Junior's wedding to Patsy last year. I can't be certain of that. This is weird. Summoned all the next gens to a secret meeting in Zach's office. Also, I need to go back to I think the entry before this. Let's see. Angie's older. Okay. Morden. Okay, so yeah. Oh, frog. There you go. Two of the original 5 pieces in that. And a lot of optional entries. Booyah!
You're listening to
Don't do that.
It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottrees' belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Roottree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his office wall. We interviewed a local psychologist about who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD News. Again, that's WRTD.
we're going to close this for a second. Yeah, because this is going to give us the reminder of the WRTD. So, real quick, WRTD. Well, at least we have it open now. It's fine. But she would also have had to have been a housewife. And like, well, genetically speaking, this is they literally call it out as obviously a huge treasure trove of information, but it's taken a while to dig through it. Okay, I have all their pictures. Those look like hairstyles that would be related, but well, I guess I can't necessarily tell the color of her hair because it's black and white in the other one. Okay. So Sam shows up, but I was told trim their branches. After all, Granny had sisters and Granddad had a brother or two, but I was told trim their branches from the family tree. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. They met up into a thing. At the reception, when I asked who Sam was, Pop shushed me and said it was complicated. Okay, I'm feeling even more certain that this is Sam. And we also know that that can't be a Rootree because these guys all kept the Rootree name. You got it in, well, I guess you took Rootree. Well, yeah, okay. Some of them keep the Rootree name, but like, well, I don't know, that's even more confusing to me. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Anyway. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands. Wait. Clancy swore he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, EC and John, when he used to drive past the old Anderson farm on his way to work. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all three are on the books. Eli, Miracle's youngest, not my brother. Huh. But we definitely know this is unknown male. Okay. I'm getting distracted. Not my brother even chimed in. Apparently he was riding his mini bike alongside the farm a few weeks ago. Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make the bike's engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons, but Eli certainly seemed thrilled. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into the family affairs, especially one who works on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to blood is thicker than syrup? Why is Granddad making an exception now? Because he's probably specifically related due to a tryst. Shocker. Oh, geez, this is gonna have like all the information. Okay. One of the final entries, called Clark from Laura Roottrees' diary, in 1964. Clark getting married, and in my opinion, far too young. He's barely 18 for God's sake, and Daniela isn't much younger. Pop. Daniela. Only one of them. Isn't much younger, but openly confronting them would make me a hypocrite. After all, Jacob and I got married at 16. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than any one person can spend? They all aspire to be musicians, artists, and dancers, and all sorts of nonsense. Okay, so there's a dancer somewhere in that group. The only one who has any discipline is Carl. Yeah, then that's why he's the 5th president. Okay. But that's because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. So this has to be Clancy. And that would make him... Wait, who's Clancy Edwards? Yeah, brain. Clancy didn't get the... Where did I put the other one? It's somewhere. Someone has a name that they maybe don't shouldn't maybe don't have. Maybe brain. I think that's Junior. It'd have to be Junior. But then well, that means another one of these got... Anyway. I think that's right. Because Pop forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seemed to pursue paths of knowledge, and the most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be illegal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Pennsylvania. That's interesting. That's not a 5 pieces bit of trivia, though. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. So one of them is called Edward. As for me, my first published book swashbuckled my heart. Stop, please. Is based on the pirate stories I used to invent with Jacob when we were walking in the woods after school. I think he'd be proud that Clark and I are carrying on his name. Even my cousins are doing well. Zach's not a bad present. After all, his sister seems to be doing a good job raising her twins. Okay, that's... Zach's not a bad present after all, and his sister... Okay. Gwen is Gwen, but at least she came out of the divorce with her head held high. She even told us she might come home next year so we can meet her kids. But the free spirits in any family, they'd all end up on the street, even Clark. But the free spirits in any other family, they would all... Okay. Yeah, so she kind of knows Clark is kind of an idiot. Okay, but she has twins. So if we were to, like, pop over here to these guys, the free spirits. Which one of you frogheads are twins? Are you twins? It's not immediately obvious. I guess we'll just, like, catalog their faces. You look like a singer. You less so. Because you're also wearing that same... One of these is Rafferty Clark. But I wouldn't know which. Alright, but that also means that we have 2 here. She was talking about her generation specifically. One of them looks like Pop. And the only one I think... Yeah, these are all locked in. These are all floating currently. But to start off, I think we could start by looking for the one that looks like her. That one. I mean, I guess looks like her. Yeah. Gwen couldn't make that photo, I believe. Yeah. No, that's the free spirits. See, I really want this picture over here, but I can't control that. They wanted them to be in the middle. You look like, and then like, so I think all of them are their brothers, but then one of them has to be Sam, but she grew up with 3 brothers, which are these 3 here. One of them looks like Pop. She has brown hair, but that in itself is not indicative. Well, I think she has brown hair. She's got that weird colored hair. Well, no, he has to be one of these guys. Grandma insists to include Sam. That's fine. 4 of us stand together, so we clumped up in the middle. Let everyone filter in behind and in front. Okay, those 3 are her brothers. Which is oh wait, Roottrees Clancy Jr. One of them's called Edward, who is also going to be a lawyer. That's what this bit was, right? Or this bit? No, it was down here. Yeah. Gwen is Gwen. We'll search Swatchbook with my heart. Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take over his department once he retires. Edward is your local investigation jazz radio station. During their news segment at 45 minutes on the hour, they've been talking about the plane crash. The most recent hour, they also talked about a picture being taken from Carl's office after the plane crash and promised an interview online with a psychologist. During the interview, it's revealed that there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to a recent storm. This means that it was likely someone close to the family who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. The psychologist, however, also goes on to posit the culprit had an alternate agenda, specifically because nobody in the family had come forward to say they have it in their possession. A comment below the article: don't believe their lies. This is just another instance of the Roottrees curse being a real thing. A real true thing. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture was evidence. Well, long rambling conspiracy website with very small, very red text on a black background. Ooh, good, it's edgy. That says that the Roottrees are cursed. It was very recently updated with the following: with Carl, Brenda, and the girls, that makes 5 new deaths. Not only that, but three of the 5 presidents of the Roottrees company died mysteriously. They say Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 1982, but nobody was arrested. Then Ernie Madsen Jr. stepped down. Was he poisoned? Now that's just just this week, Carl died in a plane crash. I want to make sure. We're gonna make that notable entries. There's another article that claims if you connect the dots in the pattern of the 5 pieces wrapper, it creates a Mayan ruby skull. A secret message meant to similarly scare people away. The post before this has a link to a site that talks about how Earth has 4-corner simultaneous 4-day time cubes. The author of the site seems to agree. Nothing relevant. Wait, you began to read this site and come to the conclusion that words "no relevant result" isn't strong enough description for what you're seeing here. It's a massive column of technical terms that aren't real and confusing rants. Regardless, it won't help your search. I do appreciate those little, silly... Oh, God, there's more. An entry from a few months ago claims that the owner of the site received an email from Chris Raff75 at prodigy.us asking him to take down his site with fake proof that Ernie Madsen Jr. actually had a heart condition and wasn't poisoned. The owner claimed that although the proof looks quite credible, he knows that the proof was fake because he's an expert at creating fake evidence. Jesus Christ. The first entry is from 1996 and has a blurry photo of the Roottrees Candy Company factory, seemingly taken by the website's author from behind a fence and through some trees. It seems Operation RT-29 is real. I witnessed a helicopter land on this date. I just gotta know. Oh god, there's more. No, there's more? I don't want to know. Seems to have many different things, including the Roottrees Curse website. You find the truth about Spirit Cola, which comes the Spirit really stands for. Okay, we're not reading that. I'm gonna be sad when I come back later and realize that it held an important clue, but I'm not reading that. Is an ISP that, in addition to allowing people to travel the information superhighway, offer email service and web hosting. The customer chose a unique screen name, and Prodigy automatically creates an email address and a simple website they can edit and share. Back it up a bit. So what if we search this whole bit? Stalling a new thing. Oh no. Find a simple page called The Art of Rafferty, copyright 1997. On Prodigy, the list of author email addresses is Chris Rafferty. Below a bunch of GIFs that say under construction, there are a few art pieces. The first is a painting captioned Me and My Something Lulu, a painting I did for my first year of college and that I plan to give her. Oh, I think it's fiance. Okay, Lulu. When we get married in May, go Tartans. The odd collage called Cousins, which seems to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The accompanying artist statement says, We had to create a piece of art about our family. I asked as many of my extended family of cousins for their pictures as I could, even some I've never met. Only a few of them got back to me. My teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of the Roottrees sisters, so I had to get creative and use only my third cousins. This includes Davy, who swims for Yukon, Becky's yearbook picture, she's Davy's younger sister, and Stephanie, who's an only child. Okay, woof. Okay. Chris's artwork has been added to your evidence, but the cousins' photos will need to be unscrambled before you can use them. Download a new application that can edit such things. Oh, flubber nutter. I hate this. I guess I need to move that there. This here. This 1 pixel. Move that kind of out of the way just so I can safely move these up. Oh, I see. Sort of see. Before that gets there, I need to move this one over 1. Okay. Oh, that one has to go up. Before it gets there, move this over, move that over, whop. And then here. Okay, I now understand the puzzle. I probably took more moves than necessary, but... This one's a little simpler, thank God. Oh. Looks pretty fixed to me. What am I missing? Oh, that's the wrong way. Okay. Oh, we have to like make it not whatever they're trying to do here. If we can get everything to roughly the same zoom level, even if it's wrong, that allows us to there we go. What? Ah, stop. Put it down. The weird collages. Yep. Found student Chris Rafferty. What is this? I know this has to mean something, but like I don't know. My feet's sick Lulu. Chris Rafferty's cousins. He reassembled this one. And that's the middle school picture, which is terrifying. Do I know a Chris Rafferty yet? It's supposed to be roughly in the same line as them, though. So, okay, that feels like a later thing. This seems pretty much done. Actually, we know it's done because it has nothing left. No, that's done. That's done. Neat. This is supposedly done? Or... Conquist... Maybe because I need to search. Okay. I wasn't sure. I was curious. Yeah, that led us to this site, which is correct. Don't do that. Go away now. Okay. I mean, it stands to reason that would probably come from... Well, actually, this would be roughly the same area as the bro who was hugging someone. But, like, that's also kind of a leap. Did call them cousins. I feel like there's something there, but I don't think it's like solid. Also, if I'm placing him there, then that leaves him there. I don't think I have another person set up 100%. used up. That's pretty much used up. Cousin 3, 2, 1. Not helpful. The weird thing. There's still one thing here. Interesting. Including them. Had a young daughter around the same age. Oh, wait. Around the same age as them. Okay, well, I'm just clicking buttons. That happens a lot, probably too frequently. Candy, Nikki, and Nina. Okay. Wait. I'm dumb. That would be... Yeah, okay. People have probably been... If anyone watches this, they're going to be screaming at me. Like, figure it out. Locked in the 5 pieces.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things have gone missing. That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it.
Press X to doubt.
But I did borrow
There
it.
we go.
I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime. Oh, I guess that means I've officially confessed.
Yeah, you're one of them.
I'm a Rootttree.
Da da da.
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more, in person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
How do you know how many relatives I have unlocked? I'm scared. Yeah, instead of returning the person who hired you, called the phone, claimed they were a Roottrea. They also told you they'd give you more an explanation next time they returned. Wait. Damn it. This one. We did that. It wasn't really actually helpful. 13 big clues, man. Clark's getting married. Daniela. Wait, that got confirmed. Well, I guess I could just like search his bloody name, right? Stop doing that. Rafferty. A few fan sites for the band Jim and Diamond seem to mention they used to make mention these times. Someone with the username Die Hard Dazzler scanned the cover and noted it almost cost him over $200 at auction. First song. Oh, right, because like I don't know which one of these is which. Oh, well, this also has to be more Den. And I would assume it would have to be James because, like, yeah. Angelica Morden. Angelica. It's probably because I didn't spell it right. If I go to, like, the list of names. Nothing. Okay. I mean, she was just a housewife, so, like, I guess that makes sense. One of these these fluffernutters is Sam. Okay. Oh wait, I locked in the 5 pieces, right? I want Eli to stand. Right. One of you is Eli, one of you is Edward. Oh, wait. I have a notable thing to look up. Roottrees versus RR. You find very few details about this particular incident with regards to the clan's trust. A student that attended the lecture about it wrote the following on a legal oddities website. From what you could tell, RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove a family member from the trust. It was said that RR attempted 2 arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock, and second, they committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. Still, due to the ironclad wording of the trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant of without completely dissolving the trust. Someone tried to commit a crime against somebody. Excuse me, sorry. 1994, the Roottrees versus RR. So it's probably one of these guys. That's why this box is around them. Well, to be fair, that makes it a little simpler, potentially. Wait. The RRs that we have are not... Wait, oh, men, because it's in men. Okay. I was like losing my mind. I'm like, what is happening here? Okay. Those James. Nothing for Jack. What we got here? Got. Oh, we have. Wait. We have Modern Music Monthly. Roottrees? Starlet? No. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, we know Miracle had another kiddo. And it's an Ellis of some kind. All of them would be named Roottree, but I don't know the order in which they are born. She was granddaughter on her father's side. Her mother's family was called that. Yep. Her father, whose pop was the head lawyer. Sure. Retreat list. She didn't like when 3 brothers went to do the thing. Stuck with her son. She's in Starlet. Said that she kissed Harrison Lane. That doesn't seem relevant to her stuff. Dynasty announced that he would step down as president. No one in the 5 pieces would take it, so the chunky dude got it. Should stay in our branch of descent. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it. And because they're like an old school family, yeah, Clancy. Company, but Granddad had always been very particular when it came to his bloodline. I asked Clancy if it came up that a woman. He just laughed at us. I never forget the cuss words Pop used to told Ma it wouldn't go to us, Mother. I've heard the quick-witted. Yep, made fun of the fact that he's fat. Sam, so it's weird that Sam is included. Attempt to recreate the spirit of the 5 pieces fold in old time. For old time's sake, we gathered to the warehouse. I wanted Eli to stand all the way to the left since he looked. Oh, I guess that was the clue that I was not hinting at. Like, he's all the way to the left, so that's how you line them up. I was just being dumb. So I'm pretty certain about. Wait. I don't have you locked in. Well, it's because you go in here somewhere. So that's her, assuming a definition of middle. You got this here. 4 of us stand together, and so we clumped in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of. Okay. Grandma insisted we include Sam. Even if we didn't want to, none of us understood why including Sam. I also don't think it's fair that Miracle made it in. So this is Miracle. Are you Sam? Am I just wrong? Wait. But Sam is referred to as a man. Are they not? Obscure relative was to be included in family gatherings. Gwyneth had been pushing to include Sam for some time. Who the frog? It's Gwyneth. I'm gonna just go back to that. I don't know who the hell that is. Gwyneth isn't a 5-piece. Oh, I'm just being stupid. That's the name of the grandmother, okay. But still. So why is Sam special? Nothing adds up. Angie summoned all the rest of us, including the Miracle Boy, spent ages trying to remember the mystery. I asked who Sam was. She shushed me and said it was complicated. Clancy swore that he saw Sam working alongside the farmhands, EC and John, when he used to drive past the old farm. Upon hearing that, Zach checked the records and managed to confirm all 3 are on the books. He even chimed in. Apparently, when he was riding his mini bike alongside, Sam gave him some old tools and taught him how to make his bike's engine faster. None of us think that proper for a multitude of reasons. Because she's a woman. At the end of the day, nothing explains why an outsider has cozied into the family affairs, especially one who worked on the farm of all places. Whatever happened to Blood? Clark's getting married, in my opinion, way too early. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit, which means he's somewhere in the free spirit. No, not you. One of you flying froggers is that one. Which one are you? You would have had to be young? Question mark? You see, you have a thing that says Eli. But which... Oh, no. You are a spitting image of... Okay. Wait a minute. Yeah. Eli, and I can only assume you would be the miracle. That looks like a mechanic's jacket. That's a lot of guessing, but I feel okay with it. I feel okay. Bonnie, next president Guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Cursor signatures Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Clark, Carl, and Eli M. That is unfucking helpful. Like, two of y'all are twins? What? Oh, these two, maybe? Question mark? I guess. Yeah, I get. Well, like, I don't know. You're the square. There's more to be gleaned from here. Clark, like the rest of his generation, is a free spirit. What else do you call a group of kids growing up with more money than anyone else? They all aspire to be musicians, artists, and dancers, and all sorts of nonsense. The only one who has any discipline is Carl, and that's because Pops forced Clancy to send him to the academy. Maybe I'm just getting old, but our generation was never so bad. My brothers all seem to pursue paths of knowledge. The most rebellious thing any of us ever did was bring home someone who would be legal to marry if we lived anywhere south of Oh, you're racist. I understand. But none of you have pictures. But there's only one. Did I not click her face? Wait. Yeah, free spirit. Oh, I just went over her face because I'm an idiot. Yeah. Okay. But I think I've forgiven... Or he got forgiven. Where are you? Pop seems to have gotten over it because Edward is set to take on... So your name is Edward Roottrees. And you are what we call in the business a liar. I don't know which one you are is the problem. Probably the nerd. But that leaves another Eli. And I'm assuming it's the C. For Clancy. I don't know what Clancy did, though. I don't know any of their wife's names. Okay. He did not end up as the president. But I should... Oh, wait. Another thing I can look up, though, is Zachariah Morden. We'll get there. As for me, oh, wait. That leads into this. She's all grown up, and she's Stephanie Jones? Oh, I haven't even dug into this at all yet. Never mind. But she lines up, right? Yeah. She lines up. Then she would have more picture spots, wouldn't she? 'Cause she's... Because, like, I can take this picture. And she's pregnant in this picture. Wait a minute. I thought I had cracked the case wide open, and now I'm like, nah, I don't think I have anything. All of that I pieced together I feel like is wrong now. And that's an awful feeling. Son of James and Gwendolyn. Oh, does that give me the name? Oh, I already kind of assumed the name was right. Ellis entrusted me with carrying on his legacy, and that's what I plan to do along with 5 pieces. Our chocolate maple productions are selling incredibly well. We will not be making any changes. Wait, but one of them is named Guy Roottrees. Nothing? Nothing. Is there anyone named Guy? There's no one named Guy. Into this, or is it filtering out based on? No, Guy Hudson. Guy Hudson. Fancy Flavors was an addition to the 5-piece product line for less than a year. It was Guy Hudson's first and historical most cited move as president of Roottrees. In an attempt to cater more towards what he thought the average person wanted, Guy looked at his own wealth, which was often a source of envy for others, and decided to tap into the idea that they added fancy flavors to 5-piece. Anyone could live like the wealthy. Philosophy led to a flavor in 5-piece that was meant to mimic caviar. Whew. 5 pieces sold less that year than it had any other year, except in some former markets. It was very quickly announced that caviar was meant to be a limited flavor and would go back to normal as soon as possible. Yeah, I bet, buddy. Guy Hudson. Small article. Guy Hudson, along with his twin sister, are no strangers to the public when it comes to the Roottrees snacks. They both appeared in the company's advertisement as children during the boys and girls era. Now there we go. Find a site with successful ad campaign. One of the ads listed as in the late 50s. Boys and Girls Agree. It is a series of television and magazine ads for the Roottrees candy bars. The ad company is described as having the premise that boys and girls are often diametrically opposed, except when it comes to one thing, both of them agree that Roottrees is their favorite. First advertisement in the series was the most memorable due to the bright red hair of the boy and girl involved. One of the magazine advertisements has been added. Okay. The Gingers. The ad is described as having the premise that the boys and girls... Yeah, but they are Roottrees and twins and gingers. And this is all I need to know. In the 50s, too. Because, like, he's the 5th president, so it had to bounce around a number of times. Oh, I guess another thing to look at here, right, is, and well, yeah, and these are the two, I think those people have red hair. I'm assuming they have red hair. And it seems that they followed, no, I guess not. Because that's Gwendolyn, and then maybe they started using the name again. Those are the free spirits. Then there's these guys. This guy's obviously younger, so that does actually help with this part. I think that's the... Okay, there we go. Aha! He was a mechanic. Booyah! And I got those faces lined up correctly, so there is that. These people have a spouse, but so do they. Okay. I feel like this is going to take some digging to get to there. These... I'm feeling okay about, especially because that was confirmed to be Eli M. but finding Ellis Roottrees is going to be a pain. Let's go back here. But that means one of these two, that's in the same vein as everybody else, right? And I have all of them sorted, and then there's just these two. So let's keep jumping back and forth, which is kind of annoying. But I have them. So those two, and then these two are, what's that magical word? Women. There we go. So you are a unknown female. You are probably a housewife, if I were to guess. Because she's supposedly the first one to make her not being a housewife. So that fills in the occupation for everybody else. Which I would think probably lines up with this. Which means I really should know your name. Who's the ginger? Well, you're on the weird side of the family, right? So you must be Sam. Samantha Roottree. Yeah. Because, like, you're made to be part of it, right? Yeah. Maybe. Then I don't know what these guys did. They're all occupations of, like, some thought, as it were. Or as it was said, but... Clancy Roottree Jr. Nada. Because I have no idea what her name is. And I'm... Oh, wait. That can't go there because that's in the free spirit line, right? Where am I clicking? No, okay, no, that still fits. I think. No, because then she would be... Well, I guess things kind of break down in terms of age, right? Because, like, there's no guarantee. CM. I don't know who CM is, though. This is Carl. I know we don't see eye to eye. Well, I guess that kind of puts us at a halfway decent stop. We're trying to look more into information here. I actually think if we were to find the article, yeah, this one here, where he inherited it from his second cousin, Ernie Jr., and then somewhere on this, it reminds you of what second cousins are. But I think Frog, because all of these are cousins. Yes, cousins. And then I think anyone outside of this would be a second cousin. Which actually, now that I say it or think about it, is not helpful. But there is some place that is mentioned of who this is connected to. So with that, we're going to end off tonight's stream. I think we made some good progress here. Oh, hit the save quit. I enjoy games like this, just slow thinking ones. I'm sure I'm missing stuff because I'm trying to go fast. Well, not fast, but you know what I mean. And trying to talk through my thought process, which then sometimes gets jumbled, and then my brain does what this game is kind of designed for you to do, which is go down kind of a rabbit hole. But I hope you're enjoying. I am going to put this over on YouTube because I enjoyed their first hour with it. So if you haven't already, go ahead and try checking out my YouTube channel. Helps if I spell it right. And until then, it's the middle of the week. I hope everyone's week is going well. So until next time, I hope you have a good one.